Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Primal Texan Experiment Podcast. I'm your host, Bigcurlyyy. Come to you tonight with a couple topics that I want to share, a couple ideas, and some reviews about some shows that I watched. Be surprising enough, it's a blind girl about the show. But here we are. Happy Friday. Hope you have a good weekend planned for this Saturday, Sunday. I've been noticing lately that there's a lot of Starbucks being built. Not so many local coffee shops. I mean, there's some, but I don't know what it is. I don't like Starbucks coffee. I'm surprised they make money off of their coffee. Good for them. Sorry for the people that drink it. I mean, I'd rather drink my coffee at home than drink at Starbucks. If I'm somewhere else, maybe I crashed somewhere and I needed a coffee and I don't have my kennel. Yeah, I guess I'll stop by a Starbucks. Unless there's a local coffee shop. Rather go there. Maybe they'll have some real coffee beans with some real flavor. I mean, what is the issue? The people don't want to wait in a line, or they just want to wait in their car? And that's what Starbucks excels at. They excel at having a drive-thru, where maybe most local coffee shops don't have a drive-thru. Is that the difference? Maybe a walk-up window? Would that be any different? Would that add a service? Who knows? I wish there was more local coffee shops. I wish there was a new name being put on there on the market shops instead of Starbucks. Crazy. How one little coffee company in Seattle became this beast of a machine of making coffee. Ooh. Iced coffee. When did that become a thing? When did iced coffee become such a big thing? When did iced coffee become such a big thing? Gee, I remember, I believe maybe it was Starbucks that brought out that trend. Maybe it was. Did Starbucks start that trend? Start the trend of the iced coffee? Let's see. The February today announced the launch of a new ready-to-drink coffee, Starbucks iced coffee. Well, it doesn't mean they. How did it become trendy? Iced coffee as we know it received a boost in 1995 through when Starbucks introduced its trademark frappuccinos. See? Starbucks. Go back far enough. Insane. What's another popular restaurant? McDonald's. It's becoming so popular. It's so ingrained in our culture that even Joe Rogan speaks about it. I believe that on several of his past podcasts, he has mentioned McDonald's, or his guests have mentioned McDonald's about him, saying that he just had McDonald's the other day, or they just saw him at McDonald's, or Joe is mentioning, what is there? McFish sandwich? I ate one of those a long time ago. Never again. But their home style burger, it's pretty good. I'm not a fan of the Big Mac. It's just not enough. It's too much bread. It's more bread than actual burger. Home style, fits the bill. But anyways, like, so crazy. This man's always talking about eating elk, and then he's eating a McFish, whatever you call that fish burger from McDonald's. Disgusting, Joe. Disgusting. You know what's disgusting? How Snapchat is like become the drug kingpin of social media. I say it's disgusting because it's just giving access to those of younger age that don't need it, that shouldn't take it. But here we are. This is the world we have. And now we have to deal the cards or play the cards that we have. And we'll see. We'll see how the world reacts to Snapchat basically being a portal. It's absolutely crazy. Technology, where is technology going to take us? Like Snapchat. What's going to come after Snapchat? Obviously, there's going to be more apps, more versions, more advanced versions, especially with Meta. Meta world, metaverse, whatever you want to call it. Basically, HTC Vine, virtual reality ripoff, but whatever you fit your bubble. If you can get Tron grid style, like, that would be great. That'd be awesome. I don't think we're anywhere near that level. I think we're more near the level of the Matrix. How do we end up on that? Oof. I believe like humanity could be closer to the Matrix style of virtuality versus Tron virtuality. Both are cool idea, but one kind of has like a enslavement issue with it. The other one, just like another verse, another world. Speaking of another worlds, I feel like 5G is like all from another world because apparently it's affecting so much of our infrastructure, such as our airliners. So much to the point that all the airliners sign a petition just to prohibit or prevent 5G from going up around their airports. I'm sure you heard the news. I think that's just crazy. How is it these airlines receive so much money from the government and from us, the public, that we still burden the cost of their failures? Isn't the business supposed to burden the failure and not the public, let alone the government? I thought the point of a company was to be self-efficient. And some of these airlines, a little behind the times, Just observation, opinion. I mean, everyone wishes we can get through an airport faster. Everyone wishes they can get to a destination faster. To half the travel distance time. Be great. Be absolutely great. You know, what I read the other day, I even saw a video of Dr. Rhonda Patrick, saying that there's a lab study out there that says cannabis fights off COVID-19. Wow, how crazy is that? This plant that has this stigma about it, about being evil, bad, ooh, whatever. It's just a plant. Go look it up. I believe it was Bloomberg that also published an article about the lab study of cannabis fighting off COVID-19. That's pretty insane. That's a pretty big step. Speaking of a big step, United Kingdom is to end its COVID mandates. No more crazy vaccination identification. Way to go. Their prime minister, though, Boris Johnson, he's a favorite of the world leaders that I watch. Just because of the way he talks, the way he handles his affairs, partying hard at the peak of the pandemic. Gotta roll back those mandates so you don't look so bad, right? But members of his parliament don't seem to agree. There's like one old parliament member that was like a former member of the cabinet. It's like their presidential cabinet, I believe. I don't know. I don't know UK politics. Forgive me. But I thought it was just absolutely hilarious that there was one guy just way in the back. Gave like this nice poetic speech, just saying like, basically just been in the chair too long and they want to change. But who knows what that would start? Is Boris going to get kicked out now? Or Boris is going to handle his affairs and get it done? Who knows? Could be a new prime minister coming. Not to mention, new queen. Queen and king. This could happen. How crazy is that? 2022. It's already a crazy year. I'm going to keep rolling the dice. And speaking of rolling the dice, don't forget to visit my website, primaltexanexperiment.podbean.com. There you can see where my podcast is available. It's available on pretty much all podcast sources that you can get your podcasts from. But you can see where I have my YouTube videos as well. If you're just listening to this on Spotify, there's a video version on YouTube, which you can find through my website, where podcasting here from the heart. I don't know if this is the heart. We can call it the heart. Maybe side. Or a lung. We're definitely a major artery. But we're here from San Antonio, Texas. Overgrown town of Texas. That's all it really is. It's a huge town. Not a city. City has a pretty decent metro system. Witnessed it. Commercial, business, more important than hauling people around. because people don't carry money in their pockets. Speaking of transportation, Texas highways. I've been noticing lately, probably the last couple months, the condition of the highway roads, like the asphalt, getting pretty bad. Pretty bad. I-35. Oof. I know they're doing construction, but patches over patches sometimes. How long does that last? I remember there was a saying about Texas highways. They were once, like, Texas was the king of roads because our highways are, why am I saying are? Because they used to say Texas highways were the smoothest and quietest roads you could drive on. When you drove into Texas from other states, you would notice you would notice the noise difference from the tires as it just went quiet. And then, if you were leaving Texas, you would hear tire noise start coming from the road. Oh, must be out of Texas. About time. We're about to get, like, Texas insane meat prices. I eat meat, but it's getting expensive. Sorry, I'm just going, like, all the meat prices, how much meat has risen throughout the months. You may not notice. Maybe you're starting to notice. But I've been noticing this for a couple months. And it just still shocks me how much meat prices have increased. I mean, fajita meat? Like paying double the price now. Insane. When it comes to H-E-B and Walmart meat, nah. Why? What's the point? It's getting expensive. Yeah, I understand. They're cheap. Sure. But sometimes their quality, I don't know, their quality it's just been disappointing to me. That's why I just rather go to the butcher shop. I mean, if you can, do it. But you can't always have quality and quantity. Got to be a sacrifice somewhere, right? Oh, speaking of sacrifice, I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but there's a show on Netflix we've been watching, and it's called Into the Dark. I'll give you just a baseline. Scene is Chicago. This blind girl, I believe she was. I won't spoil that for you. Let you find out how and why and if not. But this blind girl somehow leads everyone that's not blind into some type of conflict, you know? And I say conflict because it's not always necessarily bad that she leads her group of people into, well, the conflict. It's kind of like, does the means justify the ends kind of show? And I don't know, it's a wild trip. I mean, there's 2 seasons of it. It's on Netflix. It's pretty good. I mean, I spent the time. Spent the time watching it. It was entertaining. I didn't feel like I was wasting my time. You know, it's Netflix. It's there. When you're eating, when you got nothing else better to do. It's a good mystery movie as well. A mystery movie. Mystery show. But yeah, check it out. Speaking of time, I wasted yet another hour. I won't put any spoilers in this as well. I wasted an hour today watching Boba Fett. You know, I still think they can turn it around, but again, Disney's letting it down with Boba Fett. You stop with the flashbacks. You know, finish the flashbacks already. It's like trying to tell 2 stories at one time. Come on, should have just started back then. But no, trying to like squeeze these flashbacks in. You're disappointing me, Disney. Pick it up on Boba Fett. Come on. Are y'all trying to kill his storyline? Are y'all trying to kill the storyline already before it begun? Because that's what it seems like, Disney. Lucas will probably be disappointed at Boba Fett. And if you signed off on this, Lucas, how much they pay you? I know they paid you. If you signed off on this. Oh. It's crazy. But how crazy would it be if there is actual starships floating, zipping through interstellar space? That'd be pretty cool. Like, wouldn't that be cool? You could just buy a starship and then just go travel. Ooh. Own your own 747 what? Millennium Falcon? Oh. But yeah, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. Maybe the world couldn't handle that. A lot of people probably couldn't handle that. What if there is like a group of people that are just able to like zip through space, come down to Earth, chill, go zip through space again? How cool would that be if you were able to do that? And no one else could. What if there is people like that? What if there's a mega city in the middle of the Pacific? That is a lot of water. That is pretty much an entire, like, you took the side view of the Pacific Ocean, like if you just looked at it from a 2-dimensional plane, that's all water, pretty much. I mean, yeah, you can see the edges of the continents, but what is there? Is it just water and a couple volcanic islands? It's a big plate. It's a big plate. Big geological plate. And just got Hawaii just making its little streak in it, and a dash. Streak and a dash. You know, got bored going in a straight line and just like did like 30-degree turn. It was like, nope, tired going this way. Gonna go this way for the next, I don't know, 1,000,000, 3,000,000, 100,000,000 years. Whenever it decides to make another shift or dash. Woo! How to turn energy. Like, speaking of like Hawaii, the volcanoes. Oh yeah, the volcanic eruption. What is it? Tonga? Tonga? Oh, that's crazy. That's super crazy. Still can't believe that. How big? All the satellite images. All the satellite videos. Insane. Still insane. I love volcanoes. Oh, that reminds me. Used to have this geology song. I don't know if it was geology song or the volcano song. Oh yeah, Disney. Good job on the volcano little animation movie y'all have. Good job. I like that one. That one's good. It's very cute. Very good. But I love volcanoes. And there's a volcano geology song. You can probably find it on YouTube. Let's see if we can find it on YouTube. I found this. Well, I first heard this song from like believe it or not, a geology professor. His name was Hefner. Renee Hefner. I hope he doesn't get mad, but yeah. Cat was a baller, man. Cat was a baller. Even though he just taught like basic geology courses. Like I think it was like Introduction to Earth Systems or some crap like that. It's like basic knowledge of geology. Where is it? Anyways, yeah, he shows up. Always told his sad, like, geological student life, being poor and whatnot. And then he popped out with this song. Oh, that Disney one? It's called Lava. Pretty good. Dude, why can't I not find it? Insane. I cannot find it. Oh, too bad. Water is cracking. Imagine, like, if we could harness all that power from a volcanic eruption. That'd be great. How could you do that? How could you harness enormous amounts of energy that the Earth, the planet, gives off? Wouldn't that be cool? To become like, well, I guess that would be self-efficient planet if we could solve like the energy crisis problem. I say energy crisis problem because as a civilization, much of our civilization does not have energy. And until that happens, till everyone is like well powered up, will we ever achieve anything possible of a type 1 civilization? I think that's much more achievable than becoming a multi-planet civilization. I mean, yeah, that's cool. Becoming a multi-planet civilization. Very cool. Can be done. But in order to go to other planets and for our colonies to survive, they're going to need energy. And yeah, nuclear reactors are cool. They give a lot of power for the little amount that they give off. I mean, they give off a lot. Don't be a fool. The radiation that the reactors have is by no means a safe thing, but it's way better than a coal power plant, a natural gas power plant, given that the energy output is much better from a nuclear reactor than from either one of those, even solar. I love solar, but it's not efficient right now. And won't be efficient until we figure out how to increase the capacity load of wires. Because you can only squeeze so much electricity through a wire. And we're not capable. Our wires are too narrow, apparently. Too small. Not big enough. Our wires are not big enough. That is the way of things. Kind of miss The Mandalorian. Are they going to come out with the season 3? Or are they done with that? Or, I don't even know. Season 3. Was there a season 3? Season 4? Anyways, are they coming back with one? That'd be great. But yeah, I think that'd be the greatest thing we could ever achieve as a civilization is to become a type 1. Because then we would have solved, theoretically, we would have solved the energy crisis. Or will we have a new energy crisis because since we're a type 1 civilization, we're able to now supply our colonies with power through, guess what? Lasers. Yeah. Can you imagine that? Like shooting beams of lasers from planets and moons. That'd be pretty cool. Would be pretty cool. I don't know. Would you see a laser? Would that laser have to be so strong? Would it be visible to everybody? Would it be visible? Like, would you see like a laser go from Earth streaking across the sky into space to Mars or wherever we have a colony, you know? Like we just beam laser, like beam energy to different planets that we have colonies on. So that way they survive. Oh, that'd be such a crazy future. That'd be like a nice future. Like we're just beaming energy to other planets. Capturing that sunlight and just converting it into energy for us and others to use. How cool would that be? Too much of a fantasy world. That's what a lot of people will probably tell me. A lot of older people. But who cares what older people think? They already fucked up the world. I mean, every pun intended. Literally. All the crap that's been dumped into the oceans because no one wanted to maintain trash. No one wanted to figure out how to recycle trash. Let alone governments just not taxing a trash tax on that. On like a plastic tax on companies. Yeah, it would suck. It would. But you know what? If there's a bunch of HEB bags, Target plastic bags, whatever store they're from. And there's a bunch of them just in a ditch, in a field, in a parking lot. You know, someone cleans it up. Someone has to waste their time. Someone has to put energy into that. So yeah, why not? The only thing I don't like about it is that it will give more money to the government. Maybe we just need better government. Better people. More people just need to vote. Wouldn't that be a great solution? There's some pretty crazy places on this planet if you have not seen the world. And governments do differ from one another. Never forget. But this is the United States of America. And you don't have to vote. You're not forced to vote here in the United States of America. And a lot of people like that freedom of choice. You know, sometimes people just think it's not worth it to go vote just because they don't like the candidates. That may be true. It's probably more true than anything else. You support like that two-party system, that's up to you. I just choose the better candidate, whichever one seems more efficient to do the job. I don't know. I guess I would like to see more CEOs, more CEO-like personalities than whatever politicians are right now. They just feel, well, we all have different opinions about it. Yeah, United States of America can truly be the land of opportunity. Or just debt. Depending on what you make of it. There's so much debt out there, it's crazy. Like, how crazy is it that debt is like a financial tool that can be used to leverage out the assets? That's crazy. Now, I'm still maybe talking out of my ass here. I don't know if you like Apple products. I've recently taken the dive and I'm enjoying it, you know? Camera, software. Software could use a little improvement, but that's fine. Android had its faults as well. But I'm enjoying it though. It's very, very fun. As well as Apple iPod Pros. You know, I was just gonna get like regular iPods. So many things. iPods, iPads, iWatch, iPin, iPhone, biggest one of them all. But yeah, I was just gonna get regular iPods. And then a friend of mine was just like, no. Do they have noise canceling? I was just like, what? No. It's like, yours have noise canceling? He's like, yeah. Which one are yours? The Pro. I was just like, what? Noise canceling. I went to a website. I saw the noise canceling headphones, but those were a little pricey. You can afford that, great for you. To me, that's a little much. But the Pros, pretty good buy. I would buy them. In fact, the noise cancellation on them is great. Working out with them, they're pretty good. Sometimes maybe one jiggles out when I'm like, I'm gonna get too intense. Or especially, you know when they fall out, when you rub your shoulder. So you gotta like not rub your ear. Because if you rub your ear, it's very likelihood that you're gonna like knock it out. I've noticed just like the slightest little nudge and it just falls out. But when I'm like working out, swinging a steel mace, like they don't fall. Feel good. Feel great on a run. Oh, so many things. Oh, I'm recently trying to learn how to play the piano. I haven't gotten very far. I need to practice more. Practice. Just like this. Second podcast. Ooh. Finally. Why did I say finally? Should say awesome. Which it is. To have it done. Second podcast of 2022. It's in the books now. Recorded it. This is great. Being able to talk about things that I want to talk about. Share the thoughts and ideas that I have. Because before I have to like rely on other people. I don't know why I just want other people. I want to share their story, share their ideas, share their thoughts. But COVID, and it wasn't easy to get people in the beginning. It's fun. Like I said, I believe it helps me remember a lot more details of the things that I read and that I write. And that I share with others, that I get to share with you. Oh, I wanted to call my listeners Curlys. I think that would be a good name. Call you all my Curlys. So my Curlys, I hope you enjoy the name, because that's what I'm going to call you now, instead of listeners, because listeners kind of boring. So I just want you to know, you listen this far, you listen to these little parts, congratulations. You are a Curly. I thank you. Thank you for being a Curly. And for your reward for being a Curly, I'm going to read you a little poetry. Just find these little poetries here and there. The Second Coming by William Butler Yeats. Turning and turning in the widening gyro, the falcon cannot hear the falconer. Things fall apart, the central cannot hold. Mere anarchy is loose upon the world. The blood-dimmed tide is loose, and everywhere the ceremony of innocence is drowned. The best lack all conviction, while the worst are full of passionate intensity. Thank you, my Curlys. I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Have a great weekend. Good night.